In this video, we're going to go over the neck and shoulder pain muscle and how to release it for instant relief. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over easy exercises that can offer both quick and long-lasting relief for muscle pain in the neck and the shoulder. And to keep it simple, we're going to focus on the two main instigators of pain in this area, which would be the levator scapula and the upper trapezius muscles. These exercises are going to help lengthen and, more importantly, strengthen these muscles. Each exercise works just a little bit differently. To get the best results, go through them all, use what works best for you. And as a side note, I am getting over a cold, so my voice is probably going to sound a little bit hoarse in this video. So with that being said, let's get started. So one of the biggest causes of neck and shoulder pain is because of muscle knots, spasms, and trigger points. Here's a really easy way to release those and get some quick relief. I call this one the two-finger method because all we need are 2 fingers. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your left side, take 2 fingers on the other side and make a hook. Let's start off by targeting the upper trapezius muscle, and then we'll move on to the levator scapula. So take your 2 fingers and press right over the muscle on the top of the shoulder into the side of the neck. What you want to do is explore the whole area until you find that one spot that is just pinpoint for tightness or pain. If you do have a muscle knot or spasm, it's going to be pretty easily found. It usually feels like a big bump or a mound or even like a roll of dough right on the top of that muscle, and it's usually very sensitive. Once you find that, what you're going to do is take your fingers and hook right before the spot of the spasm or the tightness. I usually like to start a little bit more towards my upper back because what I'm going to do is go from my back to my front while I do this. So apply enough pressure into that muscle to the point where it's going to be a comfortable self-massage but not causing any discomfort. Once you're in that position, what you're going to do now is hook and now roll or scrape forward towards your chest. As you do this, you're really going to be able to dig into those muscle fibers and just roll right over that muscle. I like to do this for about 15 to 20 times, and with each repetition, dig in there just a little bit more. This usually feels really good. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it's nice and relaxed, you can switch over any spot that's needed, including into the neck right here or towards the other side. But if you have one spot that just doesn't want to release, this is how you can take it to the next level and dig into those muscles a little bit more. So instead of hooking and going from your back to your front, attack it at different angles. So go side to side with it. You can also do a circular massage. What you want to do is just attack those muscle fibers at different angles until you find the one that just offers the most relief. But if you really want to take this one to the next level, what we need to do is activate the upper trapezius so we can really dig in there. So a really easy way to do that is just to do that hooking motion, but shrug that shoulder upward towards the ceiling as much as you can until you feel that muscle on the top of the shoulder into the side of the neck start to fire. Once you feel that, dig into it at that point. So do your hooking motion, circular motion, whatever works for you. This becomes sensitive very quickly, so build into these movements very slowly. If you really want a deep, intense stretch with a self-massage, you can do this. Instead of shrugging up, let's shrug that shoulder downward as much as we can. While I do this, I try to just reach towards the floor and also drive my shoulder blade, the tip of my shoulder blade, down towards the floor as much as I can. And then from here, I'm going to take my ear on the other side and just tilt it towards the other side shoulder. You're going to feel a deep stretch form from the side of the neck into the top of the shoulder. Once you feel that, then dig into those muscles. This usually feels really good, so give that one a try. So let's move on to the levator scapula. This movement is very similar to what we just did. So with the levator scapula, you tend to get a little bit more pain from the top of the shoulder blade into the side of the neck towards the back of the ear. So if that's the case, like it's right in this area, give this one a try. So again, let's say that we have it a lot on our left side. Take 2 fingers and hook right over the spot of tightness in the side of the neck or towards the top of the shoulder. But for this one, only go towards the back of the neck, don't go over the front of the neck. We're going to apply enough pressure in there, and then what I'm going to do is slowly turn my head to look towards the other side shoulder. So I'm looking all the way towards my right. You should feel a really good activation of those neck muscles, but this is how we're going to take this one to the next level. Let's hold this and now take our chin and take it down towards our armpit right here. We call this one the armpit sniffer for good reason. You should feel that deep, intense stretch from the bottom of the ear into the side of the neck towards the top of the shoulder blade. At that point, hook into those muscles as much as you can, attack them at different angles, and do that nice circular motion. But go through all of these movements. If you find that one just helps you out a little bit more, at that point, throw more repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. This one I'm going to joke and call Dr. Rowe's Miracle Neck and Shoulder Pain Relief Exercise. It's one that I personally use anytime that I have a lot of tightness because it can offer quick relief. Great part is you can do this one standing or seated. Just have very good upright posture. Have your back as straight as possible. Take your hands, kind of overlap them like this, almost kind of like a big fist, and you're going to put that right up against your chest. Just gently press your hands right into your chest. With your elbows, you want to wing them backward like this, driving your shoulders back at the same time. I focus on trying to pinch my shoulder blades with this one as much as I can. You should feel a really good activation of the muscles around the shoulder blades into the upper back, working towards the shoulders. You're going to hold this position and now take it to the next level by shrugging upward like this. So shrug those shoulders upward as much as possible. This will help activate the upper trapezius muscles. So at this point, you should feel it all across the upper back, into the shoulders, into the side of the neck. But we're not done yet. We're going to take this one to even the next level by now tilting our head towards one side. So take your ear towards one side as much as you can until you feel a deep, intense stretch form on the other side of the neck. So I feel it a lot on my right side. I try to hold this one comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds and then slowly repeat on the other side. Do this one for about 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If everything is nice and loose, you're good to go, but you can throw in as many repetitions as you like. You can also, instead of doing a tilting motion, you can start to rotate and turn your head from side to side. It will help target the muscles a little bit more. You can also intensify that upper trapezius stretch by tilting like this and then rotating your chin upward towards the ceiling. So if you tilt towards your left and rotate up towards the ceiling, you're really going to feel it right there on the top of the shoulder. So next, let's move on to the levator scapula, since we're already in a very good position to stretch that muscle out. I'm going to do what is called the classic armpit sniffer. So for this one, let's get back into our very good upright posture. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of tightness or pain, let's say it's your right side, slowly turn your head to look over the other side's shoulder as much as you can until you feel a gentle activation of the muscles right here in the neck. Once you feel that, you're going to take your hand on the other side, hook the back of your head, and now gently pull your chin down towards your armpit. Now you see why we call this one the armpit sniffer. You should feel a deep, intense stretch from the bottom of the ear into the side of the neck towards the top of the shoulder blade in the upper back. Usually feels really, really good. Hold this one comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds and do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. From there, relax and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. With each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. And I do recommend throwing in a couple repetitions on the other side just to keep everything nice and loose. If you're looking to get long-lasting neck and shoulder muscle pain relief, you have to make the muscles stronger to support this area. Here's a really easy exercise that you can do daily that doesn't require any equipment. I call this one the shoulder arc. All we need is a smooth wall or a door. Let's start off by facing that wall and get pretty close to it. You're going to take your hands and make a hitchhiker sign with your thumbs pointed away. Just press your fists right into the wall and then slide them upward as much as you can. My hands are roughly about shoulder width apart. What you want to focus on doing is driving through your shoulder blades and shoulders during this exercise. So just shrug upward as much as you can until you feel a really good activation of the muscles around the shoulder blades, into the shoulder, into the bottom of the neck. Once you feel this, you're going to take that to the next level by now lifting your hands off of the wall and then just taking your thumbs backward as much as you can. Again, trying to move through your shoulders and shoulder blades. In this position, you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire in the upper back, around the shoulder blades, into the shoulders, into the bottom of the neck. Hold this one comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. On the next repetition, what you're going to do is instead of going straight up, angle your hands slightly off to the side and then repeat. Again, driving upward like this and then lifting off. You're going to notice it targets the muscles just a little bit differently. So keep doing this over and over again in as many different positions as possible until you go all the way off to the side like this and then working downward towards the floor. What you're going to find is that one certain position just offers the most amount of relief. Maybe it's targeting tightness. Maybe it just feels really, really weak. At that point, treat it like your weak link and throw more repetitions in until it feels like it's nice and loose or you got a really good workout. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.